All right, today we are diving into a fantastic guide from Edge 151, and it tackles what is probably one of the biggest challenges for leaders right now. How do you bring AI into your business without, completely freaking out your team? This isn't just theory, this is a real practical playbook. So let's get right into it.
Okay, this quote right here is the perfect place to start, because it just nails the core problem, doesn't it? That resistance you feel when you're rolling out new tech, it's not really about the technology. It's that human reaction to feeling like something is happening to you. The problem isn't the AI, it's the ambush.
And that really leads us to this critical idea. If you want AI adoption to actually work, you have to stop focusing so much on the software and start focusing on the people. Seriously. Understanding their perspective isn't just a nice to have, it's the absolute foundation of your entire strategy.
So what exactly are we talking about with AI change management? Well, it's not about forcing new tools on people and hoping for the best. As you can see here, it's a very deliberate process of guiding them. It's about helping them adapt through communication, training, and real support. It's a partnership, not a mandate.
So when you see your team pushing back, it almost always boils down to one of two very human reasons. Either they don't understand what's in it for them, or they're scared of being replaced. But here's the good news. Those fears are usually just a symptom of a communication gap, and that's a gap that you, as a leader, can absolutely fix. Which brings us to our next principle, and this one is so important. You have to communicate the why. If you want your team to get on board, you need to be transparent and, human about it. Ditch the corporate jargon. Buzzwords just create noise. Honest, clear answers are what actually build trust.
Look, your team is going to have questions. You know they will. So get out ahead of them. Answer these three big ones proactively. Addressing the why, the what, and the how right from the start shows respect. It proves that this change is happening with them, not just to them.
And this is just a perfect example of what I mean. Look at the left side. AI will optimize operational efficiencies. What does that even mean to a regular person? It's just corporate noise. But then look at the right. AI will save you an hour a day on paperwork. Now that's a clear, tangible benefit. That's a reason to get excited.
Okay, so we've talked about the mindset. Now let's get super practical. We're going to walk through a simple 4-step playbook that any leader can pick up and use to guide their team through this change with confidence.
And here it is, the whole playbook on one slide. Just 4 steps. Involve, start small, support, and celebrate. That's it. It's a clear roadmap for success, and now we're going to break down each one.
First up, involve your team from the very beginning, and I mean early. This is the single best way to hit off resistance before it even starts. When people feel like they have a hand in designing the solution, they get a sense of ownership. They become part of the process, not just people the process is happening to.
And involving your team doesn't have to be some huge, complicated thing. It can be as simple as asking these kinds of questions. You'll notice they aren't about tech specs, right? They're about your team's needs, their worries, their ideas. This not only gives you priceless feedback, but it makes people feel heard and safe.
Okay, step 2. Now this is a big one. Resist the urge to go big right away. A massive, company-wide AI overhaul, that's just intimidating for everybody. Instead, start with a small pilot project. The whole goal is to get a quick, tangible win that shows everybody the value. Small wins create momentum. They're contagious.
In this is the power of a specific result. This one sentence is more persuasive than 100 slides of theory, right? It's real, it's measurable, and it makes other teams perk up and say, wait a minute, I want some of that.
Step 3 is all about keeping that momentum going. You can't just launch a new tool and then disappear. It's the consistent, visible support that transforms that initial anxiety people feel into genuine curiosity. Your team has to know that it's okay to be learning and that help is always there when they need it.
And listen, support doesn't have to be some huge production. Simple things make a huge difference. We're talking simple guides, short videos, maybe a dedicated Slack channel for questions. Even just a regular check-in from a manager shows you're invested in their success, not just the techs.
And finally, step 4. Celebrate your wins and share those stories far and wide. Every little success, every team member who figures out a new skill, these are your most powerful change management tools. Because when people see their own colleagues succeeding, they start to believe they can too.
So as we wrap this up, let's be really clear about the actual goal here. You're not just aiming for your team to accept AI. That's too low a bar. You want your team to own it, to feel empowered by it, to see it as a tool that helps them win.
You know, when you boil it all down, this whole thing really comes down to one word: trust. An AI transformation is actually a trust transformation. Because when your team trusts you, they won't just adopt the technology, they'll become its biggest champions.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. Are you building a team that just accepts AI, or are you building one that truly owns it? Because the future of your company really does depend on that answer. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.